Hey, friends. Welcome to the Swing My Heart podcast. Come join me, your host, Nicole, for some hope-filled conversations about heartfelt entertainment that makes your heart swing. Hey, Hallmarkies. Welcome to the Swing My Heart podcast. I'm your host, Nicole, joined once again today by my good friend, Alex, to talk about the Loveuary original movie from Hallmark Channel, Paging Mr. Darcy. It was written by Raina Hardy and directed by Peter Wellington. When an overly serious scholar attends an annual Jane Austen conference, she has a sudden change of heart when she strikes a deal with the man who's playing Mr. Darcy. Welcome back to the podcast, Alex. I'm excited to chat with you about this movie today.
Yes, I am too. This was a really good one. I like what they did this whole month of February, like changing it up completely by doing a themed month instead of the Valentine's Day movies.
Yes.
It was a good change. I mean, I still love the Valentine's Day movies, don't get me wrong, but I like that they did this. It was definitely something fun.
And I loved the Jane Austen theme that they had to it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Like I said, I didn't really know how popular Jane Austen books really were until I saw these films, but now I see that they're really popular.
Yes, they are. I think I have Pride and Prejudice somewhere on my bookshelf, but I have not read it in a very long time.
That's like the only one that I'm actually really familiar with. The other ones I'm not really so sure of, but that one I know of.
Yes. Yeah, I think that is the most popular one, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, probably by far.
But anyway, on to our review. Of course, to start us off, like we did for Christmas, would you like to share your hot takes or initial thoughts about the movie?
Yes, like I said, I thought Mallory and Will were great in it. They had a great chemistry, great banter. Yeah, I thought I loved like both parts that they played in this movie. It was very good. Mallory's character, to be honest with you, like was a reflection of me.
Very
Like
relatable.
how she was very like reserved. She didn't like being the center of attention. Like in this movie, that was like that's like so much like myself
Yeah.
in that aspect. But yeah, I thought they did a really good job together.
I think so too. Yeah, I was going to say amazing chemistry with Will and Mallory, and the script was
Yeah,
fantastic.
it was very good.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, when I was live tweeting, maybe somebody that worked on the movie, maybe on the production team or something along those lines, said it was Raina's first script
Oh wow.
for Hallmark.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty
So she did a good job. Yeah.
Yeah, she did a good one.
Yes. Amazing supporting cast. I thought Lillian, who played Mia, did a great job. We've seen her in some movies before on Hallmark. Yeah.
Yeah, she did
Yes.
do a good job.
Yes.
Her part was kind of like a hard part to play too, because she was like a
Yeah.
little bit over the top. But it's kind of but those type of parts that you play, those are fun to play around with. You know what I'm saying?
I was going to ask you what you thought of Mia. I'm sure we'll talk about some of her scenes when we
Right.
get more into the review, but
No, I really like the part that she played. I like how opposite her and Marilyn
Eloise.
Manson's character
Yeah.
Eloise were
Yeah.
as sisters. I like that they were complete opposites. But no, I really like that they were there for each other too throughout the movie, like in part.
Me too. The costumes on point. I mean, the ball.
I know all the dresses.
Yes.
Yeah, because like you said, this is the time period you really have to really know what you're doing with the costumes and like how like even like how you speak in this time period too.
Yeah.
You have to really make sure you're doing it correctly. I think they
did.
Nice.
Yeah. And Will, gotta love Will's costumes. The top hat.
Like I know that fit him perfectly, the top hat. And you like the jackets he wore.
Yeah.
Everything. It was great.
And may I just say, I'm so glad that they let him use his like authentic accent.
I would have been so disappointed if they would have made him not his actual accent, an American accent. I'd be like, can you fix this?
Mr. Darcy is not an American.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Great witty banter with Will and Mallory. And I thought it was a great adaptation of Pride and Prejudice, even though I have not read the book in a long time.
Yep, I thought it was too.
Yes, and I would love a sequel to this movie. That is my...
Yes, I would definitely like to see these characters again on screen.
And the other hot take for this.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else that... Even one thing I have to say about Mallory Jansen's character too, somebody was live tweeting this, and I picked up on it. I don't know who it was. It was somebody that I follow. She goes, is it just me, or am I feeling very, very Keira Knightley vibes with Mallory Jansen's character? I was like, yes.
I think I saw that. Yeah.
Yes. I was like, wow, that's actually a really good comparison.
I thought about that. Yeah. Or I saw that tweet.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. But like I said, like the overall cast was great.
Yeah.
Like I like what they did with how like they set the movie up.
Yeah.
Like the background, like, because like you said, it's the 1800s. You have to really make it look like that time period. I thought they did a really nice job.
Yeah. I think they would do a great job with the sequel too. I mean,
definitely would.
Had the sequel with Ryan and Cindy with marrying Mr. Darcy. So
right, exactly. I know I think people were asking Cindy recently if there's going to be another one. She goes, I think she posted on Instagram, like on her story. She goes, guys, I know you guys want another movie. She goes, I do too, but I don't have an answer right now. Because people want a third one.
Yeah, yes, I've seen that.
Yeah, like a lot of those movies were very popular, those two. I know they were.
Yes. But this sequel could not be called Marrying Mr. Darcy, because that would be a copycat.
They gotta think of a better name.
Yeah.
You gotta think they can do it. They can do it.
Yeah, they can do it. I'm curious to see what the name of a sequel would be.
I don't know.
But anyway, moving on to our next segment, the highlights section, which is the best and key moments. Would you like to start us off?
Sure. One of my favorite scenes in the movie, if I had to pick one, it was towards the middle of the movie. When Will's character takes Eloise to the library.
Yeah.
The library. See, when they walk around the library, she was there, right, to get more inspiration.
I think so.
For
if
her,
I remember correctly.
For her speech, and that's why he brought her there. Yeah, I thought they I like their conversations that they had in that scene. I thought they connected really well on that scene. And that was definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's one of my top favorites too. And I love how they have the moment and, they're being a little loud for the library, and then the librarian kind of stops them in their routes.
All right, that's the scene they almost kissing, right? And then the librarian interrupts them.
Yeah, they grab each other's hand. Yeah. So cute.
I knew that was going to happen.
Yes. Predictable, but still cute.
Exactly.
This isn't one of my favorite moments, but I thought it was kind of funny. The first scene when Eloise is talking to the guy on the plane, and he immediately assumes she's a romantic because she's reading Pride and Prejudice.
And then he thinks she's about to ask him that, and it doesn't go that way at all.
Nope. And they talk about the movie and the Jane Austen conference. She's the keynote speaker, of course. We already knew that. And went once when she was 15. But she doesn't want to remember that time.
Right.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, this scene made me laugh. When Eloise and Mia are on the phone, and they're talking about Mia's boyfriend, Rob, and him proposing.
Yeah.
And then Eloise finding her own Mr. Darcy, and then she literally sees him across the room.
Across the room.
With the sign, Eloise Cavendish. She's like,
and she's like looking at him. She's like, what? She goes, why are you here? Like, what are you doing here? She was like
yeah,
so alarmed. It was hilarious.
yeah. I think she even says, I don't need my own Mr. Dart. And then she stops. And then when she meets him, and we find out that he's her guest of honor liaison and the official Mr. Darcy for the conference. And she says, please don't bow again. And then I have rideshare. Thank you.
Hilarious. I know. This, like the comedy in this movie was very good.
Yeah. And then her commenting on his car. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
What did you think of the scene, towards the beginning when they get to the hotel and Mia arrives and apparently she and Rob broke up? That meltdown.
Oh. I had a feeling since the start of the movie with her her so-called fiance at the time that something was gonna go wrong. I'm like, this ain't something's gonna go wrong. Yeah, I just had like I had like a premonition of that. And then when that scene happened, I was like, yep, I was right. But yeah, total meltdown. Total meltdown from the sister.
She just like plops on the bed.
And Eloise tell her, she goes, what happened? I thought everything was going fine.
Yeah, I think so. And then Eloise runs into one of her students, Jenny, and Jenny wrote the play or a play of the complete works of Jane Austen, the abridged version, which will be produced by her and put on at the convention. And, as Jenny's talking, I'm just laughing at Eloise.
Me too.
Being distracted by Sam and all the other
girls.
And then he walks over and he was like, it looked like you needed saving or something along those lines.
Something like that, right? Yeah. That part was hilarious. She's like trying to stare at her, at the student, and then she's like staring at him at the same time. So funny.
Gosh. Yes. We get to Eloise and Victoria Jennings. And Victoria Jennings, she, of course, has a doctorate degree. So Dr. Victoria Jennings. And if I'm correct, she's the one that was kind of in charge of the professorship at Princeton, like hiring, doing the hiring.
Yep.
And come to find out, she is Sam's aunt.
Yes. You know what? At first, I actually thought it was Sam's mom, but now that you just told me that, it was his aunt, not his mom. I don't know why I thought that in the beginning, but now you're correct.
Yes. What did you think about that scene and Eloise finding out and then being roped into dancing when she said that she did not want to dance?
Hilarious. Like he was asking, like, you do me a favor, I'm gonna do you a favor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I thought that was sweet.
Yeah, that they both So now what she had to do was Will's character, Mr. Darcy, had to act as her like liaison for the week. And in return, he had to dance with her. Right? Yeah.
I believe so. And then he also wanted to have Eloise distract the guy.
Yes.
Crispin, I think is his name. Because apparently he thought that he was persuading his aunt to give him the job. Like he thought that Crispin was applying for that same job that Eloise wanted.
Yeah, right. They were competing for the same position, right?
Yes. I thought that was funny. I thought it was sweet how he wanted to help her, even though he was like, oh, I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for my aunt.
Exactly.
Yes. I got to mention this. We were just talking about this movie. the Unleashing Mr. Darcy reference with Mia and then Eloise watching that movie.
Yes, I got
over
that.
ice cream.
I got that. I was like, that was really clever how they did that.
Yes. And the ice cream flavors, Praline and Prejudiced and Mansfield Chunk.
I didn't even pay attention to the names of the flavors. I like that they add those like little like touches in there that you like have to like notice yourself in the movie. I like when they do that in these films.
Yeah, I caught that right away. I was like, oh, they're
you did.
watching Unleashing Mr. Darcy.
That I did. The ice cream flavors I did not. The Unleashing Mr. Darcy, that I saw right away. I was like, clever.
Yeah.
I'm like, I like it.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think I caught the ice cream flavors either the first time because I was live tweeting, and it's hard to pay attention and live tweet at the same
It's
time.
very hard to multitask. I've done it before. I'm like missing half the movie at the same time. Like, I gotta stop.
I even had trouble with that with the postables.
Right.
Like live tweeting and watching those.
Right. And the same thing with me with Mystery 101. I'm like, I can't do both. I can't do both times. Because I'm either paying attention to the tweeting too much, or I'm paying attention to the movie, or I'm missing half the movie and I'm tweeting too much.
Or the way home.
Right. I can't. I have to, like, for me to watch a show or a movie, I have to really watch it and not be on my phone because I get too distracted. I get too distracted.
Yeah. Like, even with the postables, I'm like sitting there, I'm either tweeting too much and I'm not paying attention to the movie. That is, of course, amazing. Of course, amazing. Or I'm so engulfed in the movie that I'm forgetting to tweet.
Exactly. That's me.
But going back to Paige and Mr. Darcy, when they talk about Rob's proposal in the kitchen over takeout coffee.
Not to sound mean to Rob's character, but that's not really a great way to propose. You're supposed to go a little bit out there, like a little bit, like put some effort into it, buddy. Like put some effort into it. That's like not a lot of effort. Sorry.
Yes. I love her impersonation of her boyfriend. She's like, so there's something I want to talk to you about. And then, he goes into finances, house down payments, and timelines.
Right. Which I'm like, why are you talking about that? You're literally proposing to your girlfriend. You're talking about this? Like, it doesn't have anything to do with the situation. Like,
nope. And then when Mia says, I'm a romantic and he's an accountant, and then she follows up with, I don't want to be put up with. I want to be loved. Which, okay, yes, that was a good quote.
Very good. Yep.
I didn't catch it the first time, but when I was just watching it a little while ago, finishing up my notes, I caught it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you called it too, but the scene after the one where Mia and Eloise are, talking about the, toned down proposal, like the way toned down proposal.
Yeah.
The one after that, when it cuts to, I think, the lobby of the hotel and they showed the table with the books.
Yes.
I saw that they had An American in Austen book that Harriet wrote in that movie.
I did actually catch the book. I did.
That was clever.
Yeah,
I liked that. Yeah.
It was.
Eloise helping out Sam with his aunt by trying to distract Crispin. And, she's asking all these questions. That was hilarious.
That was hilarious. That was funny, that scene.
Oh
that
my gosh. Yes.
I know, she was asking him like all like these technical questions about his company.
One of my other top favorite scenes in this movie is the ones when they're in the garden. And
yeah. Those are really good too. Those are
He's
sweet.
Teaching her how to dance. Of course, he does it twice. So he does it when they first get there and then before they're interrupted at the end of the scene.
Right. Yeah.
And I thought the talk that they had, while they were walking and on the bench.
I was just about to bring that up. The conversation they had on the bench was really a nice touch too, that scene.
Yes, it was. She was talking about the homecoming dress that she bought, and Cody Anderson laughing along with everyone, of course. And I love how Sam is like, well, Cody Anderson is an idiot. That was
right.
sweet.
I love that he said. Yeah, I love that he said that.
And then after they talk on the bench, they continue the conversation, just while walking. And he's talking about his normal life and job and being Mr. Darcy. I thought that was a
Right.
nice moment too. Another favorite scene, the cooking/baking montage and him making her an omelet.
Yeah, what did she say to him in that scene? I can't remember like the last time a man cooked for me or something like that.
I think
something
so.
along the
I think that was
yeah.
the line. Yeah, that was sweet. And then they are talking about his aunt and parents and his nonprofit company incubator. And, he started that because he wanted to give back. That was really sweet.
Yeah.
And then Mia meets Sam after they get back to the room. And Mia's reaction, that was priceless.
Right. Her reactions throughout this entire movie, like just the part that she played in it, were like spot on. Like you said, that's sometimes a hard part to play in a film, in these types of films.
Yeah.
So she did a good job.
Yeah, she did. And I love how she's like, well, looks like you found your own Mr. Darcy. Or something like that.
With the accent too, which I loved.
Yep. And then like Eloise pulls Mia into the room and she's like, bye Sam, see you later.
Bye Sam. He's standing in the door. He's like, what just happened?
And then Eloise sees the flowers and she's like, who got you flowers? And Mia's like, I sent them to myself. And that, I don't know why, but that immediately made me think of the Miley Cyrus song, I can buy myself flowers.
It made me think of that too. That you just sang that song. I'm like, yeah, that's a good catch. That's a really good song. So you can't even make fun of it.
No, I'm not making fun of it. It's just kind of funny.
It is.
And then, of course, they talk about Sam. And like most Hallmark movies, Eloise tries to play it down.
Right. Yeah, well, I forgot, like, what was she saying in that scene? She goes, oh, we're just friends. Like, there's nothing going on.
He's a good guy.
And she's like, yeah, he's a good guy. She's just, like, trying to just completely play it down.
Yeah. And then Eloise and Rob have a conversation. I don't know who called who, but I thought that was nice how Eloise was trying to help.
Right. She was trying to help the sister out. I remember, like, what did she, like, frustrate? Not frustrated with him.
Yeah.
She was like, that's the scene, like, outside the hotel.
Outside
she's, like,
the hotel.
On the phone with him.
Yes.
And she was like, what happened? Like, what's going on with you two? Like, what's going on?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
The lawn games scene. The Benjamin Ayres cameo.
Loved it. I'm loving like all these cameos lately in these movies by the other Hallmark shows. I think it's so fun that they've been doing this in a lot of these movies.
Yes. Yep. Hallmark's keeping it up in 2024.
Yeah, definitely.
They've been doing it this is, I think, the third year in a row.
Yeah.
Because they did it in 2022 too. I know that there wasn't that much to this conversation, but what did you think about the interaction with the guy Tanner that Sam knew?
Oh, that scene. Oh, I felt bad for Will's character Sam because I could tell like there was something
so awkward.
Right. No, it was awkward. And two, I knew there had to be some type of a background story to that. Just the way that he was like went up to him and started speaking to him. I knew that there was like some kind of like confrontation, like or some kind of past going on between the two of them. But I felt like he was like trying to like not make fun of him. I guess trying to talk down to him in a way.
Maybe,
you know what I'm trying to say? Maybe. I guess I don't know if that's the way to phrase it. But yeah, definitely he was definitely trying to get at something.
Yeah, awkward. Yeah.
Yeah, very, very very awkward
Yeah.
situation.
I do like how Eloise defended him, though. That was sweet.
I did too. I like that she stuck up for him in that scene because she definitely needed it.
And of course, when Tanner walks away, he thanks her for that. And then Mia shows up dressed in period attire, ready to just forget everything with Rob.
Right.
That was hilarious.
Yeah,
The parasol.
I'm like she was just there to like, okay, I'm ready to show off. Here I am.
The parasol and the hat. That was so funny.
Yeah.
And then Rob shows up and proposes, and of course, Mia's like, "You're gonna have to do better than that."
You ain't kidding. I'm like, you ain't kidding. I'm like, you think that proposal was better than the first one? They equally were horrible. Like you gotta show, like I said before, you gotta show some effort. Like you can't do it like halfway. You know what I'm trying to say? You can't halfway proposal. Like you have to show some kind of like good effort.
Yes. And I love how Victoria and Crispin are just kind of like off to the side listening to the whole argument.
Right. They're like standing there. They're like,
Victoria's like eating a piece of cake or something.
They're like, in that scene, they're like I want to be here right now, but I don't want to be here right now.
Yep. Have you ever played lawn games? Like lawn bowling or...
No.
I don't know what other games that they have for that. I don't know.
Right? No, I've never personally. No. Have you?
Nope. Croquet, I think, is another one, maybe.
Yeah.
Probably.
That's the one I'm probably most familiar with.
Yeah. I think I've heard of lawn bowling, but I've never played it.
No, I never even heard of it until you just brought that up. Lawn bowling? It's interesting.
Yeah, I wonder how that works. I don't know. I played bowling or like regular bowling.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes.
Which is fun. I love bowling. I haven't been in a long time.
I know, me too.
I'm horrible at bowling. I hardly ever get a strike.
I'm not a great bowler either.
Mine either goes in the gutter or I get a spare or it takes like 3 shots to...
Right. Mine usually goes in the gutter.
Oh my gosh. But anyway, back to the movie. This was a brief scene, but they go back to the hotel or inside the hotel after the lawn games and run into Jenny again. 2 people have dropped out of the play, so she needs their help. And of course, Sam is going to be Mr. Darcy, Mia is going to be Elizabeth Bennet, and Eloise is going to help with the set, which was nice that they all were able to help her out.
Yeah, they all chipped in.
Yes. I loved the scenes with Eloise and Kelsey, which she was Sam's friend who was the designer and, you know, sewed all the clothes. And Victoria, who was, of course, Sam's aunt. I thought those were nice conversations.
Yeah, I thought they were too.
Yes. If you stumble upon a Darcy, grab him. And that was the advice from Victoria. Yeah.
I was gonna bring up that line too. That I forgot who she was talking to in that scene. It was
Eloise.
It was Eloise was talking to Dr. Jennings in that scene,
yes,
right?
Yes.
You got told that it was okay. Yeah, that's like one of my favorite lines of the entire movie.
That was a good one. Yeah. And I think Eloise responded with something along the lines of, "And what if you're not an Elizabeth Bennet or something?"
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
Right. Something like that. Yeah.
Yes. And of course, Victoria gives her more advice, and I thought that was sweet. I loved Victoria in this movie, or Dr. Jennings. Too. I thought she was a great supporting character.
Yeah, I thought I like that the part she played, like, to be honest, she was like, was it like a type of person that was like overbearing?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
when some people play those type of a parts, they have to
Mhm.
be, like, a little bit, like, over the top and, like, because 'cause they're
Yes.
playing, like, like,
Person
professor
in
or
high authority,
right?
I guess.
Right, high authority, right,
Yeah.
right. They have to, like, play that type of, like, over the top, like,
Yeah.
part, and she wasn't like that at all. I like that she was, like, very,
Mhm.
like, lax, and she
Me
was
too.
very sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. And we get to the play, and I thought the
Mhm.
montage was nice. The whole play was nice up until that moment when Mia kissed Sam, and I was like,
Yeah, and then I was thrown off.
"Are you kidding me?"
Right? You know what? I was, like, surprised at that scene, then I wasn't surprised at that scene because that's just who this her personality was in the
Yeah.
movie. She always had to be the center of attention of everything, and meanwhile, her
Mhm.
sister, Eloise, was the complete opposite of her.
Yep.
She hated
Yep.
being the center of attention. She always liked being not noticed
Yeah.
or but
Yes.
I wasn't surprised, but I'm like,
Yeah. I think
I'm
I
not
even
surprised.
tweeted during the movie, Mia kissing Sam now, that's going to cause some conflict.
I
Something
remember
like that.
right, I remember Mallory's, face in that scene, like, she was, like, so stunned. She was, like, so surprised, like, what was happening. I was like, "Oh." I'm like, "Of
Yeah.
course they're gonna do this."
Yep. And then the after party, Mia meets Victoria and she says too much in support of Eloise.
Yeah, that was
Sometimes you just need to tone it down a little
exactly.
bit.
You're better off not saying anything at all because things can go south real quick, and that's
I
what
mean, they
happened.
didn't, which we find out, everything works out, but she
Right,
still
but yeah,
shouldn't.
she got her into some trouble there, the
Yes.
sister.
Yeah.
But even like like the fighting scene, like
I was
right
about to
after
ask you what you thought
the
about the fighting.
argument, oh my god, they played that so well. They did that so well.
They did, yeah. What did you think about the fight in general? Like, you think Eloise overreacted, or you think that she was in the right?
Wow, that's actually a really good question. Um, I feel like in the moment she was in the right because that like when in a moment like
Mm-hmm.
that, sometimes you just don't think and you just go off like your feelings and like what's going
Yeah.
on right now. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you just don't think in those scenes
Yeah.
because you feel like this thing that could have been preventable just happened
Mm-hmm.
and now you have to react to it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yes.
So,
Yeah. I think in the moment she did what was right. Yeah.
right.
But
No, I
she
did
might have
too.
overreacted just
React
a little
yeah.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because she felt like her like she goes, "Now I'm probably gonna have no shot at this position now because of what you just
Did. Yeah.
told her." Like I said, she
Yes.
didn't mean she like the sister Mia, she didn't mean to do it
No,
like
she was trying to help.
intentionally. She
Yeah.
was just trying to help, but she gets upset with her
Mhm.
because she felt like she shouldn't have said anything, and now she made things worse for her. So
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. And then the argument with Sam and Eloise.
this made me sad.
I know, and when Sam says, I don't want to dance with someone who doesn't want to dance with me.
Mm,
Ouch.
right?
I felt bad for
Right.
Sam.
No, me too.
And then the crying in the elevator,
Yeah,
that was well done by Mallory.
I was just about to bring that up. Like that scene, so good.
Yep. And then we get a scene with Eloise, who has gone to bed, but not gone to bed.
Right.
Like, pretending she's gone to
Yeah,
bed.
pretending she's sleeping when she's actually up.
When Mia gets back to the room and
Mm.
she apologizes, which I appreciate. And, they make things right. And then the next morning, Mia leaves Eloise a cup of coffee and breakfast and a note
Yeah, which was really
before
nice.
her
I'm glad.
speech.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm glad that they like amended things.
Yes, me too. And then we get a little clip of Eloise giving her speech. I kind of wish we had heard more.
Oh, me too. I know. I feel
That
like the
was
speech
way
got
too
cut off.
short.
Right, it got cut off too quickly. That's what I was saying. I'm like, I want more of the speech.
Yes. And then the conversation with Victoria after, and she is offered the job. Yay.
I was happy that I was like,
Yeah.
yay.
With no bearing on what occurred the night before.
Right. Exactly.
Which I appreciated that Victoria didn't take that into consideration.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't in that scene too, didn't Eloise bring up to her
I
what the
think
sister
so.
did, and like she didn't like even like try to react to it?
I think so.
Dr. Jennings, I think, yeah.
Yes. And we get to the last scene in the movie, the ball, and that was awesome. Yeah.
The way they made the whole scene look, it was so beautifully done.
Yes, it was. Rob shows up in period attire and proposes to Mia.
Which I loved. I loved that.
That was really sweet. She didn't even say yes. She just squealed in excitement.
Exactly. I was waiting for her to say yes too. I'm like, you're supposed to say yes now.
She just squealed in excitement and got down on her knees.
Right.
And kissed Rob. And I love how Kelsey is, just chilling in the background, and she's like, this is not at all period appropriate.
I love that she made that comment.
It's really not.
No, it's not. But what I also loved about this scene too in general, I loved how Sam, Will's character, helped him out completely with the whole proposal. He didn't say anything. It was so sweet of him to do that and go out of his way to do that.
Yeah. Agreed. And then Eloise's introduction speech, and of course we see Sam show up right before she starts talking. And I thought that was nice. He got to hear her speech, and at the end, she says something along the lines of, I have a dance card that needs to be filled if he's interested. Yeah. Something along those lines, but I thought that was nice. A nice callback to the beginning when he shows her the dance card before giving her the lessons. Yeah. Sam and Eloise finding out Kristen is retiring and not applying for the job. That
actually surprised me, that scene. I was like, oh, yeah, this is a surprise. I didn't know that.
Yes. He's retiring because, of course, he's ready to enjoy his life, and he wants to pursue love with Victoria. And I thought that was sweet. Yeah. The dancing, and then the talk and the kiss. And they lived happily ever after.
Yeah, the dancing scene was really good too. Yes. How they did that.
Yeah, I love the I don't have anyone. I don't have a guy to dance with right now, but the hand. Yeah. Very fun dancing. To end off the movie. And that kiss.
It was a good one.
It was another good one. Yeah.
Like you said, I definitely want to see these two in another movie again. Even if it's not a sequel to this one, like they would be great in another movie again.
Totally agree. Yeah. And moving on to our ratings, would you like to start us off with plot and script? And that's out of 10, of course.
Right. I thought it was a 10 out of 10. I really liked it.
I said 9 out of 10, but yeah, it was really good. Chemistry?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Yep, that's what I said. Yeah. Jane Austen feels?
10 out of 10. I thought they did.
Yeah, I thought they did good. I gave it a 9 out of 10. And overall,
10 out of 10.
10 out of a 10. I said 9, but yes, it was a really good movie. I really enjoyed it.
And sometimes, Nicole, too, it's hard when it's like the first movie.
Yeah.
Like out of like all the other movies, like the first one.
This was the first one.
Right, it was the first one for February for like this month. It's like when you were the first one coming out of the gate, it's sometimes hard. It's either going to be really good, the movie, or it's going to be really bad.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
But this one turned out really good. I think I gave it a 9 out of 10 for Jane Austen feels, just because I haven't read Pride and Prejudice in so long. So it's hard to give a, well, I wouldn't say fair is the right word, but like a complete comparison, if that makes sense. Yeah.
No, I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was really good. Definitely one of the best for 2024, in my opinion.
Definitely one of my favorites, for sure.
Yeah. Well, thanks again, Alex, for joining me for this review. It's always fun having you on.
Yes, it was a lot of fun. I'm glad we got to talk about this movie.
Me too.
Really, really enjoyable.
Yes, and I can't wait to have you back on again in the future.
Yes, me too.
All right, Hallmarkies, I think that wraps up our review of Paging Mr. Darcy. If you enjoyed this episode, you can like this video and share your thoughts on the movie in the comments. If you want to stay up to date on all of my movie reviews and possible interviews, you can subscribe to this channel and make sure to turn on the bell so you are alerted when new episodes come. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you have a great day or night wherever you are in the world, and we will see you next time. We love y'all. Bye.